about to take a strange new trip on the E&O line. That's the Eurydice and Orpheus line, which transports Greek mythology through the American South. We're riding the rails of a new form of opera, but not in the traditional sense, bringing electronic blues and fiery jazz into the mix. And bringing together Euro, Afro, and Asian American artists and traditions, giving this opera a truly American voice.
I once had a life that was kind of sweet. I once had a life down on Easy Street. And what happened next is hard to tell. I followed the man straight into hell.
Eurydice traditionally is a pawn in Orpheus's chess game with the devil. The E&O line is her gig. She's left him behind and found her own voice.
What happened next is hard to tell. I followed the man straight into hell.
Over the years, as I had worked on this piece, it occurred to me that it was really becoming more about the character of Eurydice and less about the character of Orpheus. And I think in part that's because I'm a woman and I identified with her. I had worked for several years on the conception behind this. I found the right person to give me the words. Her name is Tulani Davis. And we've created a character that I will say resonates with a contemporary woman's potential to find out who she is and what she's all about.
Back out of hell. Back out of hell.
She has created a brand new opera, something that doesn't happen all that much in America today.
Anna Barron has so graciously given us in her E&O line electronic blues opera.
This project really is a history-making one.
It takes one of the oldest of stories, the Orpheus and Eurydice story, and sets it using the musical language of our own day.
Over the centuries, in all the versions of Orpheus that have been done, no one really took her and explored her reality.
The story itself is a story about music and the power of music.
Her suffering, her hopes, her disappointments, her yearnings.
The power of a singer to go beyond death.
What you're seeing tonight is a presentation of a living American composer.
My golly, this is an opera, and this is jazz.
We are combining the elements of what I call staid or thorough composition.
This is a jazz opera.
Quite frankly, I believe that the pure form, so to speak, opera by itself and jazz by itself, I think the time is running out. And you have so many younger people coming up now who've been exposed to like what I call hybrid mediums. And when they come to events now, they're looking for.
The E&O line has it all. It's Afro and Eurocentric, jazz and blues-centric, full of feminism, mysticism, and symbolism, and just damn good. Something a producer is always looking for, along with the audience, of course.
You can catch more than one audience with combination mediums like this. She might not realize it because I'm sure that as an artist, she's merely expressing her ideas through these two mediums, but she's doing a great sociological and political service to the arts.
Two major influences in my life, and these are things that I grew up with that found themselves into the music, are train whistles. And when I began imagining this piece, I wanted to incorporate train whistles because of their vocal quality, because they sound so otherworldly. And the other major influence in this opera is the blues idiom. What Debbie Tidwell brought to this was, for me, the first time it's ever really been done with someone that I think can project Eurydice's reality.
Oh, forget sorrow and fright.
One thing that Eurydice brings out for me is passion and the changes in life, how we move on and how we find a new place for ourselves, and how